surrounded right now. My team versus your team. We got you cornered. We got you triggered. Yeah. Them go on, them go on, them go on me. They say you and your team coming for me. Them go on, them go on, them go on me. Better fall back, I'm gonna bring me army. That's your one-on-one. PvP. Knock you out the game. You can't test me. Say right now, me are the MVP. I got you triggered. You can't test me. I got you triggered. I got you triggered. I got you triggered. I got you triggered. I got you triggered.
Oh boy, is this thing on? I wonder who's triggered. Not me, I'm not triggered. You're triggered. You're triggered! Biroba! Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. You know, you like this show, you watch it sometimes. I'll be your host. I'm Manuel Chavez the Third, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And this is Griftcast IRL, a show that we do sometimes, or whatever. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well this evening. Looks like it's just going to be another one of those lackadaisical nights over here with your man, DeFangbo. Wait, no, not DeFangbo. What was it? DeFango? I can't even remember half of the time anymore. It just doesn't seem to hold the same importance as it once used to. As I'm sitting here imbibing my coconut drink, wondering how the world has changed around me. I sometimes think that individualistic ideals are a dream. Yet at the same time, you gotta just do what you gotta do, my friends. And that's what we do, whatever we got to do. Hopefully y'all are doing pretty well. Looks like we got some people checked in over in YouTube. We got some folks checked in over on the Rumble. We got some new mothersuckers over there on that dare new platform we're on called Kick or whatever. We've been kicking it on Kick for a little bit. And it's been a nice place to kick it, I should say. I mean, with all this kick and rumbling that's going on, it's like we almost forgot about D-Live, Twitch. Like, who even cares about Twitch anymore? Me? I don't. There's never been any growth on that platform, no matter how hard we tried. Well, there was that one time that we had some growth, and then we hosted some Chi-Chi Girl, and then the Chi-Chi Girl took all of our fucking people, because that's how shitty a platform Twitch is. But you know what? Shit goes like how it's always gonna go, my friends. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta expand, contract, rewind, reinvigorate, change your station, whatever. You gotta change everything for yourself every single day. It's been kind of funny, actually. So the other day, during the last stream, you'll notice, actually not during the other day, during the last stream, I got my Griftcast IRL beanie finally. Yeah, dude. I have been waiting for this sucker for a little bit of time now. And now we finally got it, and I appreciate it. It looks really good. I like the thing how it's working for me, so I'm definitely going to be rocking it during the show and stuff. Although probably not outside when it's the summer. Nope. Normally, you're just going to get this right here. This is what you get. It's about as long as my hair gets during the summertime. I just shave it myself, shave it all off. But I don't like bick it or whatever. I'm not fucking, you know, I'm not fucking Saitama yet. I'm not the One Punch Man, so I don't need to worry about any of that shit. Well, I do need to put this back on. I gotta put my beanie back on. I do like this beanie, but I'm already thinking of how I would get the next one. So I need like a summer beanie, one that's like thin, got a lot of airspace or whatever. Yeah, dude, we're definitely gonna rock some Griftcast IRL condoms too. Figured, you know, we might as well help with the problem since nobody can get birth control anymore or whatever. And I know people gotta fuck, right? People gotta fuck, or maybe they just wanna. I don't know. Whatever, though. What I do know is that I'm supposed to be doing shout outs or whatever. So, shout out. Actually, I should start right here. Shout out to Bully Pix Euro. What's up, dude? How's it going? To Aaron. Nice to see you out there over on the YouTube. What's up? Have to kill me first. How's it going? To Sam Adams over there on the kick, man. Nice to see you over there. Although you need to work on getting yourself a profile pic. You geezer. What's going on to CV? Hopefully you're doing very well this evening. How you doing, Virginia Olsen? Always a pleasure to see you out there. What is up to Michael E? Nice to see you there. How you doing to King B the Fourth? What's up? How you doing, Magic Poop? Nice to see you out there over there on Kick. Much appreciated. How you doing there, Mr. Swollerton? And then how's it going to Negotron? That's what we're going to call you. Nice to see you. And congratulations for being from Oakland, California. Make sure you lock your motherfucking door. Yeah. And then what's up, King TL? Nice. How you doing? What's up, Bubba Loves? Appreciate it. Hopefully you're nice. How you doing to King 3? Appreciate you coming on through. What's going on to Mr. Space Potato? Hopefully you're doing well. How are you doing, Miss JCJ? Another fine evening, I guess, or whatever. Just another day. Another day. So some people are... I guess where we should start the show today is actually rewind to the last time that we were online, because everybody was wondering what the fuck happened or whatever. Akashic Records. Right, okay. So yeah, the last time that we left you guys is we were talking about the news and stuff, and then I put on a meditation, and then I just, ended the stream when the meditation was over, because I'm trying to help you guys get your hemispheric sync back into the records, and specifically some people had some questions on where that shit came from and whatnot. And what I can tell you is that it's definitely not something that you could probably purchase. Maybe you could, but you would probably need a CD player in order to actually listen to it. I mean, who's got a fucking CD player these days? I don't have a CD player. I had to freaking borrow somebody's and burn it or whatever. But as for the most part, most people probably just fell asleep because they don't have their hemispheric sync system going down. And what that is designed to do is designed to teach you, without actually teaching you or talking to you about it, how to sync both hemispheres of your brain so you can reach an alpha state. Ooh, sounds great, right? And the way that that's supposed to work is that it's supposed to be something that you listen to every day, right? For a week. Actually, you're supposed to just listen to that first one, and you're supposed to develop your powers of imagination and figure out how you're going to develop that rose tree inside of your brain, and then draw it, and then you keep working on it. And it's bringing you into something that a lot of people don't realize exists, or maybe don't believe exists, or whatever. But I figured I would bring it to you because it does have something to do with theosophy and crazy ass fucking religions and shit. And what it is, it's just a way for you to access something called the Akashic Records. Or at least, in theory, that's what it's supposed to do. In order for you to be able to ascend yourself into this private place, you need to be able to gain a certain state within inside your brain, and that's what's that shit's supposed to help you do. Now, it may not be exactly what you thought, but here's where it comes from. The Akashic Records, in the religion of Theosophy, the philosophical school called Anthroposophy, the Akashic Records are a compendium of all universal events, thoughts, words, emotions, and intent to ever have occurred in the past, present, or future in terms of all entities and life forms, not just humans. They are believed by Theosophists to be encoded in the non-physical plane of existence known as the mental plane. There are anecdotal accounts, but no scientific evidence for the evidence or existence of the Akashic Records. Akasha is a Sanskrit word for the ether, sky, or atmosphere. So that would be the sky records, or the atmospheric records, or the aether records, just in case you didn't know. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, that's actually what it's supposed to be. Specifically, this version of it is called the Akashic Construct. You might still be able to buy it. Yeah, it's supposed to be called the Akashic Construct. The Akashic Construct. Right. And then that comes from this right here, which is the 1111 AkashicConstruct.com, and it leads you to the 1111 Spirit Guardians, and specifically this CD right here called the Akashic Construct that was put out by a dude that lives in Australia named George Bernard, and he claims to have worked with hundreds of people to make auditory or visual contact with angels as a professional hypnotherapist with some 50 years of personal experience of angelic contact. He has plenty of experiences to share. The CD contains the secret that he himself uses to reach deep alpha levels needed to make contact. Together with the techniques in meditation, George takes you on a carefully structured guided meditation into the realm of your very own Akashic workshop. Of course, nobody can guarantee that you will make it or a breakthrough yourself today or next week, but it is generally believed with enough effort, virtually all can contact our angelic guides. It's up to you to make that effort. There are 3 tracks on the CD. The first track is a relaxation that teaches you how to relax. You need to practice this track for a week. Track 2 is a deep alpha. This helps you get into the deep mind state for the last track. Practice this for a week, and then finally, the Akashic Construct. This is fabulous. Yeah. So that's what that was, right? So, I like to show you where these things are coming from and where you're trying to figure out about it or whatever. But specifically, this guy, George Bernard, that put this out is Dutch by birth, French by descent, and Australian by choice. So he was born Dutch, wherever the Dutch live. I think that's Holland. But his family members were French people that lived in Belgium or wherever the fuck the Dutch people live. And then they moved to Australia, and he's resided in Australia until his death because he's felt a very strong connection to something. Yes, Arulu, I think it was called. Arulu. Was it Arulu? Yeah. Arulu. It's like a rock in Australia, I think. Yeah. I think it's a rock in Australia. Yeah. Trying to remember everything that I've known about this crazy shit. So anyways, George Bernard moved to Australia because according to his contact with his spiritual guardians, these angels that he has been interacting with within his Akashic Construct, he had a strong connection to this here rock right here. And that's actually why he moved Ayers Rock or Uluru, right? That's what most people call it, Ayers Rock, but it's a large sandstone formation. Whoa, what the hell is that? What the fuck? No, what's happened? Mass genocide! She became a member, and then she told me the Dutch are from Netherlands, DeFango. I don't know where the fucking Dutch people are from, man. What do I look like I know everything? But thank you. But yeah, this is the spot right here. He moved there because of this place, because according to him, and according to a lot of his theories and stuff like that, is that this place was sacred for a much greater region, or a reason than most people would care to admit. You see, from what part of his structure in the Akashic workshop told this dude is that, consider this. In the year 8,888, right? So 8888. The world is not the same thing that you realize. So we're talking in the far-flung future, 6,000 years from now, right? Maybe a little bit more than 6,000 years, but you see where I'm going with this. According to him, these Akashic constructs, these Akashic records, are actually a time in the future, and there are people that are interacting with the past from the future through this Akashic record, utilizing an Akashic workshop so that they can travel into the past and interact to learn and try to stave off the issues that are happening in the future. Because in the far future, Earth is not the way that you picture it now. It's a much different animal. Over the many thousands of years, it's developed itself some quite interesting defenses against parasites such as humanity. And now humans live in gigantic cities that exist in the clouds because the planet has overtaken everything. And constantly, they're having to beat back the different wildlife and overgrowth that constantly threatens the connections of the cities to the ground below. And apparently, according to that crazy motherfucker, one of the spots where that area comes from is this rock, right? Like one of the main last cities that exists into the far future on the planet resides over the top of the rocks at Uluru, which is very, very interesting. I always thought it was very interesting myself when I first heard like the story or whatever. But yes, they find that this area has been settled by humanity more than 10,000 years ago. Far before anyone considered Europeans or whatever ever showed up to the place. This place is worshipped by the Aboriginal peoples and is actually the source for something called dreaming or dream time. The dreaming or dream time is a term devised by early anthropologists to refer to a religio-cultural worldview to Australian Aboriginal beliefs. It was originally used by Francis Guion, quickly adopted by his colleague Baldwin Spencer, and therefore after popularized by A.P. Elkin, who, however, later revised his views. The dreaming is to represent the Aboriginal concepts of everyone, during which the land was inhabited by ancestral figures, often heroic proportions or with supernatural abilities. These figures were often distinct from gods, as they did not control the material world and were not worshipped, but only revered. The concept of Dreamtime has subsequently become widely adopted beyond its original Australian context and is now part of a global popular culture. The term is based on the rendition of the Arcanaic or the Alcanirigia used by the Aranda people of Central Australia, although it's been argued that it's based on the misunderstanding or mistranslation. Some scholars suggest the word's meaning is closer to eternal uncreated. The anthropologist William Standers said that the concept was best understood by non-Aboriginal people as a complex of meanings. Jarukpa is a widespread term used by the Warlpi people and peoples of the Western Desert Culture bloc. By the 1990s, dreaming had acquired its own currency in popular culture, based on idealized or fictionalized conceptions of Australian mythology. Since the 1970s, dreaming has also returned from the endemic visage of popular culture, and tourism is now ubiquitous in the English vocabulary of the Aboriginal Australians in a kind of self-fulfilling academic prophecy. Dreaming, huh? Isn't that weird? When you when you reach an alpha state in your brain, it's almost like you're putting yourself into a dream time, is it not? Because the hypnotist is taking you and guiding you into a certain space. And when someone starts to hypnotize themselves, what are they doing other than just expanding their already utilized consciousness, correct? And it's to be thought of that some people believe that dreaming has a lot more to do with things than meets the eye. And there's even been Aboriginal peoples from various different cultures all across the world, really, that all look at this dream time concept in a very, very interesting way, right? It's kind of strange when you think about it, because to access these Akashic records, these libraries of books and understandings and knowledges where you can interact with different individuals in a safe space, seems like a pretty powerful tool that could have definitely been utilized through a very, very long process of people through quite a long time. It's probably one of the weirdest things that I always remember. Like, don't wake the dreamer, right? Don't wake the dreamer for some reason. Don't wake the dreamer. For some reason, that always comes to mind. Don't wake him. But I don't know why. It's almost like there's a celestial in the inside of the earth waiting to be birthed out, and then when it all happens, we all die. Or is that just the Eternals? Actually, yeah, that is just the Eternals movie, isn't it? A fictionalized movies about superheroes who existed in a dreamlike state and had their memories wiped from them as they help birth celestial hosts from within the side of planet, colloquially also known as a dreamer, or the dreaming celestial. What if there's a fucking celestial being born on the inside of the planet? That'd be fucked up. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to wake up that son of a bitch. We'd get fucked up, dude. You get fucked up in a heartbeat. Isn't it amazing where you could go when you start to actually figure out what people are talking about and you start to understand how these things can interact with our particular persuasion of life? Because I think it's there. You know, one thing to note is that I don't dream, my friends. I am not a dreamer. I hardly ever dream. Almost never. Ever. That means when I go to sleep and then I wake up. There's nothing in between. A lot of other people remember their dreams. And sure, they say, well, you know, sometimes you don't remember your dreams. Not remembering your dreams is different than not having dreams. Some people dream all of the time. Some people daydream, in fact. Me, not the case. Most of the time, I'm just sitting and I go to sleep. And then I don't remember anything that happens. And I try to remember my dreams because I have dreamed before. I used to have nightmares and all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, probably one of the earliest dreams that I still remember is probably still one of the scariest ones because it would always wake me up in a cold sweat. Consider this. I'm sitting in my waterbed and I'm 7 years old and I'm just laying on my bed in my waterbed. And then all of a sudden, I get a flash and I see the sun, and the sun fucking explodes. And then the explosion starts rocking its way towards the earth. And then it cuts to me, and I'm a much older individual. And I'm looking up at the sun, and I kind of see or sense a flash. And then in my brain, I'm like, well, you got 8 minutes to live, motherfucker. And then 8 minutes goes by, and then I get wiped out. Just like everyone else next to me. Everybody gets wiped out. Like the sun just went boom, you know. Fucking scary shit. I used to wake up in a cold fucking sweat. Would freak me the fuck out. It was like one of the weirdest dreams that I just kept having over and over and over again. And then eventually I stopped having that dream. I don't remember what changed, but something did. And then ever since then, I've just really never had a dream. Some people say that smoking pot stops people from dreaming, but I know a lot of people that smoke pot and still dream all the time. So, who really knows if dreaming is real or not real? But it's really interesting to mess with these different states of being, right? Because people talk about an alpha state, an alpha brainwave. And at the same time, we've seen in the past that there's possibilities that the government had been looking into this stuff, right? Alpha brainwaves are allegedly important, right? This is what they're saying, right? Brain bursting with electrical activity is due to the fact that the cells in your brain called neurons use electricity to communicate with each other. With a group of neurons sends an electrical signal to another group of neurons, and those brain waves, this is because a computer-generated ectophelogram or an EEG test that detects and measures the electrical activity of your brain actually creates a picture that looks like a wavelength pattern. So what are we talking about here? When you first wake up in the morning, what do? Perhaps turn off your alarm clock and stretch? At this point, your brain might be relaxed. So you're warming up your muscles. Your brain is producing alpha waves. You're not asking your brain to process a lot of information or solve any big problems. The waves simply indicate that you're in a wakeful rest. You also may be able to increase your brain's production of alpha waves when you stop focusing or concentrating on a task and simply try to relax and unwind. Increasingly in 2009 suggests that your brain may produce even more alpha waves in the posterior part of your brain when you meditate, and your brain isn't totally at rest, but it's not attempting to tackle anything big that requires concentration. How are alpha brain waves different than other brain waves? Alpha brain waves are the only one type of brainwave. There are actually 5 common types of brainwaves. Brainwaves are measured by frequency, which is the cycles per second or hertz, and they range from very slow to very fast. Alpha waves fit in the middle of the spectrum between theta waves and beta waves. Here's the full spectrum of the 5 common types of brainwaves that you experience every day, from the slowest to the fastest. Delta, where you're in a deep state of dreamless sleep. Your brain is producing delta waves, which are the slowest type of brainwave. They measure between 0.5 and 4 hertz. So, for a guy like me, when I go to sleep, I go deep delta sleep. I don't dream. There's a thing for this, which means it's part of how I am all the time, because the most that I ever speak during the day is when I'm talking to you. Outside of that, I don't really talk that much. And I know that probably seems strange to you, but it's because I am a quiet person, and for the majority of time, I try to keep myself in a very, very clear state of mind. Theta waves, when you're sleeping more lightly or you're extremely relaxed, your brain may produce more theta waves, and they measure up to 4 to 8 hertz. Alpha brain waves are in the middle of the brainwave spectrum, and your brain produces these waves when you're not focusing too hard on anything in particular. Whatever you're doing, you're probably feeling relaxed, calm, and peaceful. These waves measure between 8 and 12 hertz. Beta waves, these kinds of brain waves, you're wide awake, alert, focused, you're going on about your activities of daily living and making decisions. This is when your brain produces higher speed beta waves, which measure between 12 and 35 hertz. And then there's gamma waves. Your brain produces the speediest of brain waves, the gamma waves, when you're actively involved in processing information and learning. You're concentrating and solving problems, and these brain waves, which tend to measure in the upwards of 35 hertz. Yep. So what we're trying to help you guys understand is maybe just a little bit more about yourselves here, because these different brainwave patterns can have very different effects on different individuals in a certain space of time. And for the majority of human beings out there, they don't actually take this stuff into account, so they have no physical understanding of how this would affect them. But you should, right? Because then you can start to actually think about what you're doing. Like if you've ever been in class, these brainwave patterns, specifically the alpha, beta, gamma, probably dictate a lot on how you learn. Depending on whether you're a kinesthetic learner, visual learner, whatever the fuck that they tried to make up back in the day. Essentially, it's trying to teach an individual how to have the same process as gamma. So have the same processing ability of information learning and concentration of a gamma brainwave in an alpha brainwave. Do you understand what I mean here? Now, the lowest that you could go is delta, but if you're in a delta state, that means you're fucking asleep. You're basically in a fucking coma. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really feasible for you to be able to have and process information in a delta brainwave unless you train your body to do so. And specifically what these constructs are, whether you're talking about hemispheric sync or hemisync like the CIA was calling it, or the Akashic construct or whatever the fuck, essentially is you're trying to teach an individual and a human being to be able to control and understand their brain pattern from the inside. Because most people would have to look at an EEG to figure out where they were on the spectrum, but essentially you don't need to do that. You should be able to do that from the inside. And the more that you work at it, the easier it should be for you to move your brain power from always having to have a gamma process to process information, and then take that and utilize much less brain power in an 8 hertz, 12 hertz type area to process the similar information. And then maybe one day you could be like a sonic screwdriver, where in fact that maybe you do take some time to scan in or figure out some information, and as you go throughout your day, you enter beta and are you delta and theta sleep, and then you start figuring out your problems while you're asleep, right? Because why waste all that brain power putting yourself into a theta state where you're basically having really crazy dreams and stuff that are wasting all that energy? And why not utilize that time frame to make some decisions or process information, right? I don't think it's for everybody, but I do put it out there because I think that it's good to see. Most people will just fall asleep when they listen to that stuff. And the whole point is that you're not supposed to fall asleep. You're supposed to go through the whole thing, and you're supposed to listen to the whole thing. So being able to tap into your waves, or your brain waves, that means that you should be able to also overclock your brain, correct? Like, if you could speed up your processing power, you know, overvolt your brain or maybe even undervolt your brain and still achieve the same amount of processing power in a lower brain set, then that would mean that you could technically do a lot more stuff with that ability. That's why I bring it up, you know, because this is something that comes from the 1111 Spirit Guardians, right? And those are those super weird emails that we get that talk about God and stuff that come from the Eratna book. That's where the 1111 stuff comes from. And the same guy that was putting out those crazy fucking emails is also the same guy that put together this little like meditation CD or whatever that I've had for quite some time. And then why have I had it? Well, specifically because, you know, I like to test things out, and I thought that, you know, there's probably, maybe, possibly something here, right? Or at least there could be something here. And it's interestingly enough, here's one of those 1111 things, the last one that I received. It talks about taking charge of your emotional state, but it's from July 4th of 2021. Happiness and joy take origin in the inner life. You cannot experience real joy all by yourself. A solitary life is fatal to happiness. Even families and nations will enjoy more life if they share it with others. Thought adjuster. Because of its unalienable nature, your free will co-creative prerogative puts you ultimately in charge of your happiness, even through others' misguided free will decisions adversely impact the quality of your life. It serves you well not to wallow in self-pity. In any given situation, you have reactional options. Either you rise above the circumstances or you let them defeat you. For your reference and edification, be on the outlook for inspirational self-made happy individuals. Observe how they operate on the inner. Many of them were born with severe handicaps. Others acquired them later in life, accidentally or through addictive behaviors. In both cases, they have to face their challenges, as blame and denial are their worst advisors. It is forever true. The past is unchangeable. Only the future can be changed by the ministry and present creativity of the inner self. By being proactive, you have it in you to protect your inner world from emotional pollutants. Use gratitude as an empowering antidepressant. It cannot but elevate your spirits and flood your organism with high-octane energy. Anger is one of the most powerful emotions. It dangerously ramps up out-of-control energies, leaving a destruction in its wake. On the other hand, adopting a stance of gratitude has a positive ripple effect. An optimistic take on life embellishes your inner world with cheerful colors, encouraging you towards the eventuation of truth, beauty, and goodness, becoming a positive agent for both inner and outer change. Seems strange, doesn't it? I bet it does. So, like, the same guy that put all that together is the same guy that used to start this whole email group that talks about talking to angels, and his whole entire situation is that he learned how to access his Akashic workshop, and that's how he actually goes into his deep meditative trance. And that's how these people are able to come up with this 1111 email shit. So, like, they go into the Akashic workshop, request to speak with someone like the thought adjuster, and it says that the message was received by Ananias. So this Ananias individual literally went through the process, and then this is what he got out of it. So he asked the question or became a channel, wrote this information down on that day in Oregon of the USA, and then sent it out to the group. That's how it works. Just to give you like the full understanding of what we're looking at here. Now, I don't know that you're going to be able to do it. or whatever. But it does give you at least a positive understanding of where that stuff comes from. And I know that we've spent a lot of time on this today, but I felt like it was a little bit necessary to at least educate some folks about that, because it's not normal, right? And if you believe in that sort of thing, maybe you can use it to better yourself. And then I guess the last thing to think about in that whole thing is that if you've ever heard of Edgar Cayce was an American clairvoyant who claimed to speak to his higher self while in a trance-like state. His words were recorded by his friend Al Lane and his wife Gertrude Evans, and later by his secretary. During the sessions, Cayce would answer questions on a variety of subjects such as healing, reincarnation, dreams, the afterlife, past lives, nutrition, Atlantis, and future events. Cayce was a devout Christian and a Sunday school teacher, and said that the readings came from his subconscious mind exploring the dream realm, where he said that all minds were timelessly connected through consciousness. Cayce founded a non-profit organization. Wow, did we just get a dono? We just got ourselves a donation. Somebody just sent us $20. Mr. Sam Adams did, and he just says, have a nice day. Well, thanks a lot, Mr. Sam Adams. We appreciate that. Yes. So Cayce founded the Association for Research and Enlightenment to record and facilitate the studies of his channelings and to run a hospital. Cayce is known as the Sleeping Prophet. There's that sleeping thing again. Dreaming, sleeping prophet, Akashic records, Akashic construct. You see where I'm going with all this? Would you too like to be a man like Edgar Cayce and be a clairvoyant individual able to see the future and interconnect with your higher self through the consciousness that permeates all things, including time? Yeah. I don't know. Just to put you out there, I'm like Edgar Cayce. Except for I ain't a bitch and I don't fucking just make everybody write all my shit and like share it with everybody or whatever because I want to show everyone that I'm cooler than everyone. But it is what it is. Just take that into stride, right? You're not looking at something that hasn't existed in many different places. You're not even looking at something that hasn't been tried before. It's literally the same thing that you've heard from guys like that your entire life. All I'm trying to do is help you push through and find it, because it doesn't matter what religion you are or anything like that. If you understand the way your Akashic workshop works, you go there, wherever that is, and you can bring in anybody that you want. Any entity at all. You want to have a conversation with Jesus? You want to have a conversation with Edgar Cayce? Somebody from the future? Somebody from the past? Motherfucking alien? It all happens in there. You just have to use your imagination, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Being positive definitely changes your luck for some people, but when you're like me, you're just sad that things aren't coming in the way that you really wanted them to. But that's okay, you know, shit happens. And now with all that crap done, let's go to the actual news for today, since, you know, like I feel like I've spent a little too much time on that, but we're probably going to have to do that because I think it's important for you. I think that it's very important. And plus, you know, like I got a message or whatever saying that, you know, I like fucking time to go, bitch. And I was like, all right, fuck, I gotta start doing this again. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. Anyways, Biden signs a bill ending the COVID-19 national emergency. Holy fuck, that's embarrassing too. Wait a minute. The White House initially announced plan to extend a national emergency as well as public health emergency until May 11th, but guess what? It's fucking over! It's over! It's over! No more pandemic! Did you die? Nope. You're still here. You fucking made it, dude. You get a medal or some shit. I survived the COVID-19 pandemic. But let's take a second and have a moment of silence for all the people that died. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners, now and in the hour of our death. Amen. Sorry to all you folks that died. I don't know why they had to take you so goddamn early, and we don't even know what half of you guys fucking died of because they won't fucking tell us the truth, but at least you're wherever you wanted to be or whatever, whether it's hell, purgatory, heaven, someplace with virgins. I don't know, but it's over, guys. It's over. And that makes me happy. Makes me excited for the future, right? Makes me excited for the future. Although, damn, son, I guess we can finally go outside and touch grass and that shit's not going to be illegal. But if the pandemic's over, then does that mean that so we don't got to wear fucking masks or anything like that anymore? It's just done, huh? It's just done until the next one happens. Is that going to be in 100 years or 5 years? I don't know. What I do know is that it's fucking finally over. Thank you very much. You're welcome. I figured you would want to know that piece of information. So, so a bunch of like Ukraine documents for the war that's happening or whatever got leaked, and the government's telling everybody that they shouldn't be showing those to people because it's hurting the war in Ukraine, but they're saying that they're not confirming if it's real or not. They're just saying we shouldn't look at them. But it looks like social media platform Discord has emerged at the center of those classified document leaks. And they're starting to understand that, the investigation that they're doing into the highly classified U.S. documents that have ended up on social media started on Discord for some reason. Literally, Discord has been accused of sharing child pornography, playing a role in short film, and a whole host of other things. And now they're saying that a dozen images that show secret documents of troop movements and all kinds of other things going on in Ukraine actually started off on Discord. That's right. The intelligence leak seems to have dropped on Discord, and now Discord is completely under the microscope by the federales again because, kind of makes everything look bad. I mean, is it there? Was it good? Exhilarating? Like, does it sound exhilarating? I don't know. But what I do know is that, holy shit, dog. Discord? The leaks came from Discord, right? The documents leaks have emerged as a common tactic during the war in Ukraine. In September, researchers at Alphabet's Google Inc. concluded that some activist groups that were leaking information were likely doing so in coordination with the Russian military intelligences. Oh, yeah. The leak of the apparent U.S. intelligence files first on Discord was different. The analyst said that the leaks were reports included a range of U.S. intelligence assessments, some not even related to the war in Ukraine. Like, someone was just taking a bunch of pictures and putting them up there on Discord. Says a strategic professor of studies at Johns Hopkins University, which is, by the way, the government's like main arm. If you ever talk to somebody that says that they went to Johns Hopkins University in any kind of way, that means they're a fucking spook, even if they don't know it, which means they probably don't know it. Like, you talk to somebody, and if they don't tell you that they're a spook, they're like, yeah, I go to Johns Hopkins University. Just in your brain, be like, spook. This is a spooky motherfucker. So, like, when I said, you know, like, oh, I'm working with Johns Hopkins University, spook. And then J.R. Riggs is laughing in the chat or whatever, and it's not funny, J.R. Riggs, you fucking spook. So, yeah, basically, the way that this whole leak went down is that some dipshit was like this. He was like, oh, dog, look at all these fucking classified documents right here, motherfucker. And then he opened up Discord on his phone, right? He just hit Discord. And then he hit the little plus sign on the bottom right there. And then he literally just started taking pictures with the camera like that. You know, just like, ka-tink, ka-tink, ka-tink. And he was just uploading them up there like it was his fucking job. Honestly, if they don't find this motherfucker, it's really going to say a lot of bad things about the company, but I just figured you guys would probably want to know where those leaks came from, and also the reasoning as to why I haven't shown them on the stream is because we've played that fucking game before on the COVID thing, and they fucking nuked us, so I ain't fucking doing it. Sorry, bitches! Go to somebody else that wants to fuck around and find out. I ain't trying to fuck around and find out. No, sir, motherfucker. Mm-mm. No. And now, Karine Jean-Pierre.
So I'll say this. It is also unprecedented that a president takes as many shouted questions as this president has. And he has.
No, I know the
okay.
administration, and I'll tell you, almost every day on this
okay.
building,
Well, we'll certainly get the data and share that with all of you. I hear, John, yeah. I hear your question. I heard Zeke's question. I hear you. I hear you on the press conference, on a formal press conference. We get this probably every couple of months when you guys ask us about a formal press conference. I don't have anything to share with all of you at this time. So
Oh, cool. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should just get a formal fucking thing going on. Whatever. In other more interesting news that's breaking, Twitter is now X Corporation. Twitter Incorporated no longer exists. That's right. Pursuant to federal rules of civil procedure 7-1, defendant undersigned counsel hereby files the amended disclosure statement on behalf of defendant Twitter Inc. and its successor in interest X Corp. It states as follows: Twitter Inc. has been merged into X Corp and no longer exist. X Corp is a privately held corporation incorporated in Nevada with its principal place of business in San Francisco, California, and thus is a citizen of Nevada and California. Its parent corporation is X Holdings Corp. No publicly traded corporation owns 10% or more of the stock of Xport or X Holding Corp. Respectfully submitted by Joshua C. Webb of HWH Law. So what does this mean? What does this mean, guys? Yeah, what does that mean? It means that Twitter is dead, bitch. X gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. Boom, boom, ba, 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 boom, boom, ba, 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 ba. Sorry. Yeah, so basically that means that in the near future, X.com is coming back. Yay! This is actually X.com. All it really has on it right now is just a little tiny X right there. Do you see that X right there? You see that shit? You see that shit, bitch? Do you see it? I gotta click the right who is thing so I don't leak my IP. Gotta click the right one so I don't leak my IP and then get everybody on me knowing me. And by the way, X.com has been around for a very, very long time, guys. X.com was originally registered on 4/2/1993, guys. That's right. April 2nd, 1993. And it was recently updated, actually. It was recently updated. It was purchased through GoDaddy. And it's currently still utilizing GoDaddy domain name servers, and even still utilizing Domains by Proxy LLC out of Tempe, Arizona, which is GoDaddy. Just to put out there to you, just to give you a little bit of information about all that. But that's okay. You know, now that we know what's going on with that, I'm sure that we're probably going to find a whole lot more. We're going to find out a whole lot more and how that one's going to be going down. Yeah, I think that's what we're probably going to figure out. So, yeah. And it's kind of funny because Elon Musk has been beefing with a lot of other individuals. And even today, he put out, I guess, some text messages that he had with Matt Taibbi, the same Matt Taibbi that I'm also connected to through the Shadowbox mystery, because Matt Taibbi and Trevor Fitzgibbons were working together with that Joe Burkett character before I even showed up or whatever. But I mean, you know, just kind of like weird shit, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, here's those leaked messages. You're taking down all of my Twitter threads first because you're mad at me personally for not leaving the company where I was already employed. Really? No, this shouldn't be happening. We'll fix tomorrow. You're employed at Substack? What? My subscribers employ me. My subscribers, they're employing me, and I have a great thing going there. I also have loyalty to the company, which did originally hire me, and if I moved to Twitter, it would have been a major obstacle issue for the both of us. But this isn't related to my threads being removed. So is this going to be fixed? I was never a Substack employee. I was one of the first Substack Pro contributors, which is guaranteed return system for the first year. Interesting. So that's what the beef is all about, because Elon Musk didn't really understand that Matt Taibbi doesn't work for Substack. He just says that he works at Substack because that's where everybody pays him. So he's like a private contractor or something like that. Nobody seems to understand what's going on. Yeah, kind of strange, at least in some ways, isn't it? I don't know why these guys are beefing like this, but it is what it is, dog. It's how it's going to roll. Elon Musk is just going to keep rolling forward and being the same dipshit that he always has been. And I don't think we got anything to worry about. But cool, X gonna give it to you guys. X gonna give it to you. I'm expecting X to do big things. Not. Yeah, whatever. Oh boy. Well, I guess where do we get into now? It looks like we got to get into the war. Oh, let's talk about this and then we'll get into the shooter guy. Yeah, we'll get into shooter guy after this and the Dalai Lama. It makes no difference to the average user, but not a surprise. Buying Twitter is an accelerant to creating X, the Everything app. Ah, cool. So we're going to have that Everything app here a lot sooner than we thought we were going to have it, which is pretty nice, right? Yeah, who knows? Who knows? That's all we really do know about that particular situation. Oh, and it's also now being reported that the Biden White House directly coordinated with the FBI to set up the Trump raid, according to new documents that have been released. Yes, on August 8th of 2022, the Federal Bureau of Investigation conducted an unprecedented raid of the Mar-a-Lago on the grounds that potentially classified records existed there. According to the press reports, the Biden administration aides were stunned to hear this development. However, new NARA records obtained through the America First Legal's investigation into the circumstances surrounding the Mar-a-Lago raid further confirmed that the FBI obtained access to these records through a special access request from the Biden White House on the behalf of the Department of Justice. It appears that the Biden White House and the DOJ coordinated to obtain Trump's records and perhaps create a pretext for the law enforcement raid by way of a special request. You don't say. So wait a minute, Joe Biden and the government were lying when they said that they didn't know anything about the raid? Those fucking pieces of shit. Those lying sacks of garbage. I hate them. But, I mean, it's really not new news to me. Like, this is pretty much, like, normal, as it were, for us. But they do have the FOIA. And the FOIA was pretty clear that, yeah, the Biden White House special access request happened for the Trump Mar-a-Lago records. It was a real thing. They lied about it. Need the case number for FBI review. It's the FBI review of 15 boxes, correct? Yeah, here you go. Here it is. I need you guys to review the boxes. We lied to you. We lied to the American people again. Hate them, dude. I hate them. It's like every time some big news like this comes out, all of a sudden some weird shit starts happening. What do we mean by weird shit? Oh, that's right. We're talking about Louisville. So yeah, in Louisville, Kentucky, there was another massacre of individuals. Kind of fucked up, man. But yes, a Louisville bank had a massacre that happened on it. And the suspect was ID'd as a varsity hoop star that turned into being a banker and allegedly used to work at the bank that he went up and shot up. And yep, Monday morning at a Louisville bank, a gunman that was 23-year-old and a basketball star and finance grad turned into banker who live streamed his horrific attack. That's right. He live streamed it on Instagram. So the dude basically did the same thing that the Christchurch shooter did, only in a different area. Yep. That's right. That's right.
The Breakdown with Greg Hoyt has donated $2 and says, FYI, overindulging in OJ results in diarrhea.
I guess. I don't know why you would overindulge in OJ. Should only ever drink like one glass of OJ. But thank you for that super chat. So yes, Louisville police chief Jacqueline Gwynn Verrell identified the suspect as Connor Sturgeon, who worked at Old National Bank in downtown Louisville. They said that Sturgeon was live streaming as he used a rifle to open up fire at 8:38 a.m. in the National Bank building, which houses the bank and a variety of other businesses, killing 4 people and injuring 9 more, including 3 police officers. Sturgeon was killed after exchanging gunfire with officers. She said it's unclear if he was killed by police or a self-inflicted gunshot wound, although I definitely hope he was taken out by the police. 4 Old National Bank employees were killed. Senior Vice President Tommy Elliott, age 63. Market Executive Jim Tutt, age 64. Senior Vice President of Commercial Real Estate Josh Barrick, age 40. And Commercial Banking Agent Juliana Farmer, age 57. Officer Nicholas Witt, age 26, who only graduated from the academy on March 31st and was in critical but stable condition after being shot in the head. Governor Andy Bashar said Elliott was one of his closest friends. Tommy Elliott helped me build my law career. He helped me become governor, and he gave me advice on being a good dad. He was one of the people I talked to most in the world, and very rarely were we talking about the job. He was an incredible friend. And then there's a picture of that dude actually playing basketball. And that's how they actually found the dude's Twitter account, which got deleted. You'll notice here that it doesn't show up anymore because they obviously had to get rid of that shit. And I went through to look at many of the different things associated with this guy, and they removed all of it so fucking fast because he was pretty prolific online. This guy was posting on Reddit. He was posting on LinkedIn. He was posting incessantly on Instagram, and then he actually live streamed the entire event on Instagram to the point where he had a camera like strapped to him, and it was literally just like Christchurch, except for this guy's not a Nazi this time. This dude's definitely a Democrat and definitely a horrible fucking individual. Like, that's really all we can say about this stuff. But he had been around for quite some time. There was a lot of information out there. And even now, like people were saying, 4 hours later, as we break the news before MSN, the shooter supposedly live streamed the event on Instagram Live, and the stream was still active when the police were searching his body. Yep. We tried to get that downloaded for you guys, but obviously we're not going to be able to play that for you because the entire thing is absolutely graphic. And I'll tell you right now, he didn't shoot himself. The cops definitely killed the fuck out of him. Yes, they definitely killed the fuck out of this dude. I mean, it's just kind of sad. This dude was posting on Reddit pretty incessantly. They suspended his account to basically kind of hide some of the stuff that he was talking about. Normally, as you would see with like these leftists and stuff, the guy identified as a he/him individual. And it's now, I think, safe to say that if somebody starts coming to you and telling you what their pronouns are, you probably need to start thinking that that person's a fucking mental case and or extremist. And I mean, there's people that I've seen in my life where they tell me their pronouns and I'm just all like, oh, cool. So you're like a freakazoid. Here's a Louisville shooter's house about 15 minutes from the bank. According to the neighbor, the shooter and his roommate seemed normal, and that's an increasingly difficult to believe. I'm building a profile of the shooter and his family. Stay tuned. Yep. Get lost. And who knows how this keeps happening, dude? I don't know how it keeps happening. Look at this. You know, everybody's been looking at his pictures. You got Old National, Build Better Together. Better Together. This is the individual that shot up all of the places. I mean, it's heartbreaking. You know, we had like actual posts that were coming from him on his Reddit account that everybody wanted to delete. But yeah, look at that flexing today. Wow, how'd you get like that? Every time Trump tweets some racist shit, I do one push-up. Jesus Christ. Finally, an excuse to stay in without being a bad person. Health officials advise people to work from home, postpone gatherings to slow the spread. Interesting. We also found his Mixcloud. He seems to like house music and DJ Saber.
House music is really appealing because it's very sexual. It's very positive. It's dance music.
Yeah. Must be something crazy. Oh, also, dude played Clash of Clans. That's about one of the only things that they were not able to get. It didn't seem like he played very much, though, because he only really had one base and he was only level 1. So he must not have been very active on that shit. Whatever. We could show you that his LinkedIn page is now 404'd, but we still got a copy of it, you know, on the archive or whatever that talks about how long he's been working at the bank, which according to his own LinkedIn profile, it shows that he was not with them for very, very long. He started as a summer associate in May of 2018 and worked for 2 years as a summer associate before he became full-time associate portfolio bankers. So it's like he had been working at that place for a very long time. It also shows that he went to the University of Alabama and really only had like that one company. It was like the only company that he had ever worked at. So he says, yeah, I'm a syndications associate and portfolio banker with Old National Bank in Louisville. Following completion of the ONB Commercial Banking Development Training Program in April of 2022, I'm certified RMA lending decision process and hold a master's in finance from University of Alabama and am on the Young Professionals Board of Junior Achievement. Seems like this guy had everything going for him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't seem like the type of individual that would all of a sudden fly off of the handle and start killing all of his associates. You know, didn't seem like that was the case for me when I first looked at this, even looking at all of his like postings and such. He seemed like he doesn't fit like what I would consider somebody to be a fucking freakazoid that's going to go kill somebody. He doesn't seem to fit the MO, guys. And it's freaking me out. And I mean, somebody that gained 22,000 karma on Reddit, it just doesn't feel like that's something that they would do. Like, and I mean, even if they said that he was gonna be fired, like, How often do people fly off the handle and do that type of shit? I don't know. Oliver Darcy. It's hard to see how we return to normal media landscapes after this, Tucker Carlson says, without a hint of irony. I never imagined we lived in a country like this. Cool. Oh, thanks, Nathan. Yeah, look at that sea sturge. And this is actually on Dank Means, where his thing is still there. Posted by CS Sturge. This account has been suspended. Here's his Instagram account, which is also CS or C Sturge 41. This is the account that he actually live streamed the event on, which is absolutely fucking horrible in every way possibly imaginable. I mean, it's just crazy, dude. Like, this is like, I can't even begin to say anything other than this dude literally was almost the same thing as the dude from Christchurch, right? Except for the big difference here is that he did this because he got fired. At least that's what most people are trying to agree upon. Yep. You see that right there? This guy definitely doesn't seem to be a right-wing individual at all. It seems like he's definitely what we would consider a liberal. Most clearly a leftist. But even more so, there is hardly any backups on the Wayback Machine of his entire archive. We literally have very, very small amounts of postings here. So it seems like I would have to say that this dude got radicalized on Reddit and then eventually moved over to Instagram. And that's basically what sent him over the edge. But you could see that he was posting in dank memes quite a bit. He was in shower thoughts, playing Fortnite, posting about Fortnite. And then all of a sudden everything changed for him. And it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, guys. Like, I don't know why this shit keeps happening, but this definitely feels like some deep state type shit. Like, you shut up your fucking business because you were gonna get fired? Like, I get rejected from jobs all of the fucking time, like every day. Like, if I actually get accepted for something, I usually have to like do a double take or a triple take to try to figure out if they're actually talking about me, because I never get picked for anything. I never win anything. And I gotta fight for every little thing that I do. Right? So nothing comes easy for me. And for a guy like this, like, okay, I guess I could see, you know, he went to college, he busted his ass, started working at this bank 3 years into the scene, and then they tell him that they're going to fire him or he has to resign. And you know what? I got a lot of parallels to that. That's what happened to me at Firesight. I thought everything was going great. You know, I was expecting to get finally my money for all of the hard work that I had done and finally, you know, like own part of the business, what I had been working for. And then they literally said that I was fired, but then told the state of Arizona that I resigned. And then I had to prove that I did it. And still, it was like, you know, well, I guess I could take them to court, but really, what would that solve? Nothing other than, you know, just proving to everyone in court that these people were fucking garbage individuals. But, like, I didn't take it to that end. No. No matter how much those people were trying to say that I might have done something like that, even though I didn't own any type of firearm at the point. Yeah. I feel like, I hope that it's just something as ridiculous and stupid as that, where this guy was going to get fired and he just decided to take it out on people. I mean, I guess I could see, maybe he thought his life was going to be over. Maybe he thought something bigger was going to happen. You know, what did they catch him doing? Was he on porn at work? You know, was something bad happen? Was he embezzling? What the fuck was happening? I don't think we're ever really going to know what truly was going down with that whole entire situation, but irregardless, like, this fucking thing seems pretty fucked up, man. Pretty fucked up. Like, He freaking live streamed the shit. He fucking live streamed the shit. Like, how could he have done that? I don't understand, but now we fucking know. It don't make no sense, though, dude. It doesn't make any sense. You know, it's kind of weird right now, too, is I'm seeing a lot of stuff on here. Like, look at this. When you search live, look at this. You got a lot of people that are posting really weird links with no followers to go look at the thing. 7 followers, 0 followers. Dreamy girl page link, Louisville. Yeah, come watch the uncensored video. Yeah. Be careful out there, folks. Don't get fucked up. That's pretty much it for today. I didn't really have too much else for you today other than, well, the Dalai Lama. Is it the Dalai Lama? The Dalai Lama, right? Is it this? The Dalai Lama video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when the young boy and His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, asked if he could give him a hug. His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as many of the friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused. His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way. He even in public and before cameras, he regretted the incident. Oh, yeah. Right here. The Dalai Lama apologizes for asking a young boy to suck his tongue. What the fuck? Dalai Lama's asking motherfucking young boys to suck their tongue? The fuck? That can't be real. There a video of that shit? Let's see. Dalai Lama video. Let's see.
And suck my tongue.
Suck my tongue? What the fuck? Yeah. Reminds me of this.
Se non ti volessi bene dovrei ucciderti, fratellino. Ti odio.
Oh wait, that's in a different language. If I let you suck my tongue.
You know, I can eat a peach for hours.
You know, I could eat a peach for hours. Yeah. So the Dalai Lama is a creepo. I mean, I really had high hopes for the Dalai Lama, but now I'm just kind of like, fuck, man, this for real? Nope, yep, that's fucking for real. That shit really happened. You a fucking piece of shit, Mr. Dalai Lama. You can suck my ass. Dalai ass Lama. Fucking bitch. Bitch ass. Like, seriously, bro? Like, seriously, bro? God. Ah. 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 Like, what the fuck? Gross. That shit's gross, man. I haven't even asked a chick to suck my tongue. This dude's asking a fucking 12-year-old. I hate it. I hate it. But you know what? Only one thing to do now. Time for the next step. I hope you're ready. 'Cause I am.
This is tape 1, side number 2. It is an exercise to reach deep, stable alpha. I want you to make yourself comfortable in a deep chair or on your bed, away from direct sunlight. Your feet just 1 or 2 inches apart, your arms loosely by your side. Are you ready now? Good, that's fine. Just close your eyes over lightly. I want you to take 3 deep breaths with me. In and out, that's good. And once more, in and out, and relaxing now. And one more time, in and out. That's so very, very good. I want you to listen to the sound of my voice, and in your mind, softly, silently, for yourself, repeat the words I say. You will find it so easy to listen to my voice and repeat my words in turn, softly, silently, for yourself. Relax the little muscles under your scalp. Feel them relaxing. The muscles of your forehead, letting go. Relaxing those tired little muscles behind your eyes. They are relaxing. Relaxing the muscles of your cheeks, your jaw. Relaxing the muscles of your neck, your shoulders. Relaxing the muscles of your chest, your abdomen. Relaxing the muscles of your back, your lower back. Relaxing the muscles of your arms, your hands, your fingers. Feel that tiredness fading away, draining away, drifting away. Relaxing the muscles of your legs, your feet, your toes. Feel that tension moving down now, going down, more and more. You are now completely relaxed. And in a moment, when I say begin, I want you to commence counting for yourself, by yourself, silently, from 5,000 down to 0, in tens. In a moment, when I say begin, commence counting silently for yourself, from 5,000 down to 0, in tens. Should you lose your place, do not worry. Return to 5,000 and count again. You will find it so very easy to count those numbers and to visualize those numbers in your mind. All your thoughts and concentration should be on the numbers that you are counting. But should you lose your place, do not be alarmed. Return to 5,000 and count again. No doubts, no fears, no anxieties. Nothing will bother you. Nothing will distract you. You are just relaxing now and letting go more and more in body and mind. And soon you will feel yourself drift into a deeper, more stable alpha state. Just relax and count. Begin. You are counting now, from 5,000 down to 0, in tens. And as you're counting, you can feel the little muscles under your scalp relaxing completely. The muscles of your forehead letting go. Relaxing those tired little muscles behind your eyes. They are relaxing. Relaxing the muscles of your cheeks, your jaw. Relaxing the muscles of your neck, your shoulders. Relaxing the muscles of your chest, your abdomen. Relaxing the muscles of your back, your lower back. Relaxing the muscles of your arms, your hands, your fingers. Feel that tiredness draining away, fading away, flowing away. Relaxing the muscles of your legs, your feet, your toes. Feel that tension moving down now, going down more and more. You are now completely relaxed. The sounds that are emanating from outside will only help you to drift deeper and deeper. With every word I say, with every breath you take, you are drifting deeper and deeper now into a deep and stable alpha state. Drifting deeper and deeper, feeling safe and secure and drifting more and more, deeper and deeper. Deep asleep now, sound asleep. I'm drifting deeper and deeper as I go on. You are safe and secure, so very, very tranquil and drifting deeper and deeper. Drifting deeper and deeper, feeling so safe and secure. That's good, that's fine. In a moment, I will count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, I want you to open your eyes and stare straight ahead. On the second count of 3, I want you to close your eyes, and as you do so, you will feel a wave of relaxation move through your body, and you will feel yourself drifting deeper, much deeper than ever before. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes, stare straight ahead. 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes, and drifting down now, moving down, deeper and deeper, way, way down. Feeling safe and secure and drifting deeper and deeper. That's good. That's fine. So very relaxed now. In a moment, I will again count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, I want you to open your eyes and stare straight ahead. But then you will find so very quickly, your eyes will become so very tired. Your eyelids will become so very heavy. Your arms and legs will begin to feel numb and dull, loose and limp. And your eyes will then be so tired, your eyelids so heavy, they will close, and you will swiftly drift into a deeper, more stable alpha state. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes, stare straight ahead. And feel your eyelids becoming so heavy now, heavy as lead. Your eyes so tired and bleary. Your arms and legs so numb and dull, loose and limp. In a moment, you will blink, and soon your eyes will close. And as they do, you will drift into a deep, sound state. And close your eyes now, drifting deeper and deeper, drifting deeper and deeper, feeling safe and secure, and drifting deeper and deeper into a deep sound alpha state. That's good. That's fine. Because you are using this relaxation tape so frequently, you will learn more and more, day by day, to visualize things in your mind. Because you are using this deep alpha tape so regularly, you will find it so easy to re-enter the construct of your Akashic library and make come about these things you want to experience. Should you wish to be a healer, you will find that your patients will turn up in this Akashic library. And should they come forward, they are meant to be healed. Should you wish to meet up with the celestial, you will find that you can use this construct. You are now so deeply relaxed, you are now so hyper-aware that everything I'm going to tell you is going to happen to you. You are now so deeply relaxed. Day by day, you will find these suggestions will work better for you. Day by day, you will also find your memory will improve. Day by day, you will find you can lay out your plans. You can plan days and days ahead, and you will make these things come about so easily, so effortlessly. The things that are put into your subconscious mind will begin to exercise a greater and greater influence over the way you think, over the way you feel, over the way that you behave. Drift now, deeper now. Find yourself drifting deeper and deeper now, but your awareness is increasing with every word I say and every breath you take. I want you to place yourself now in a pleasant scene in nature, perhaps in a forest clearing, with shrubs and trees all around you, with birds, butterflies, and animals all around you, and a creek not far away. Listen to the rushing of the water. Notice the clear blue sky. Hear the sounds that the animals are making. Listen to the singing of the birds, and find yourself relaxed. Here in your pleasant scene in nature, you can determine what you are going to do with the construct that is on the first side of the second tape. Here in your pleasant scene in nature, you can do all of your planning. Relax now. Let yourself drift now. These things that I've put into your subconscious mind will begin to exercise a greater and greater influence over the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you behave. More and more each day, you will find yourself relaxed, but more determined to go about your plans and use the Akashic library to further your career. Drift now, deeper now. Feel yourself relax completely now. That's good. That's fine. In a moment, I'm going to awaken you by counting from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, you will be totally and completely wide awake, feeling full of energy, full of vitality, and so very, very happy. Your head will be completely clear. You will be so full of energy. In 1, you can feel the natural muscle tone, feel the natural muscle tension returning to your arms, your hands, your fingers. Feel it returning to your legs, your feet, your toes, as you are coming closer, closer to the surface. Feel yourself rising to the surface now. On 2, you can feel the natural muscle tone, feel that natural muscle tension returning to the remainder of your body now, as you are coming closer, closer to the surface. Feel yourself rising to the surface now. You are almost there now. You are nearly there now. And 3, open your eyes. You are wide awake. Open your eyes and you are completely wide awake. Take a deep breath and you'll be even more wide awake. That's good. That's fine. Wide awake now.